Welcome back to Bloomberg Markets. Copper may be the medal of the moment. At least that's the view from Barrick's CEO Mark Bristow, who pointed recently to the importance of copper in the green energy transition. It's also a key area for Canadian mining entrepreneur Rob McEwen in terms of focus right now. He, of course, founded Goldcorp, which was acquired by Newmont. McEwen Copper, which is a subsidiary of McEwen Mining, is developing a key copper operation in Argentina and is weighing financing options for that project. Rob McEwen joins us now with more. Rob, nice to have you back with us. Appreciate the time.
Good to be on, John. Thank you.
So obviously this storyline longer term around copper has been gaining steam. Talk to us a little bit about how the evolution of your copper focus in Argentina has played out.
Well, I guess after I left Goldcorp, I started buying a number of interests in a number of junior exploration companies. And I buy 10 to 30% interest. And in 2012, we put two of those companies together, U.S. Gold and another company called Minera Andes. Minera Andes was focused on Argentina, and one of their assets was the Los Azules gold project. I always looked at it as a very important asset, but there were periods when McEwen Mining didn't have enough funds to advance it beyond a certain point. And then in August of 2021, I said, you know, the copper market's heating up. Let's get this project moving. I committed, I put in to its treasury 40 million US, and then we went looking for another 40. A year later, we got the other 40. It was a little slow. And then, so it's sitting in a subsidiary of McEwen Mining. McEwen Mining now owns just under 52%, 51.9% of McEwen Copper. And we have the second largest mining company in the world, Rio Tinto, is a 14.2% shareholder. And the fourth largest car company in the world, Stellantis, which is Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Peugeot, and a total of 14 different car brands, including Maserati. And so they came in late February, early March of this year.
And obviously, their needs in this fast transitioning world plays into that, I would imagine. And so you talked about the road ahead for the copper operations. I know you talked with our colleagues at Bloomberg about the possibility of an IPO. How seriously are you thinking about that as you think about your financing options from here?
Oh, it was always in our plan. We were originally looking to do an IPO in the first quarter of this year, but then we raised the money, additional money from Rio. They upped their interest, and Stellantis came in. Stellantis came in for 155 million, and Rio for a fraction of that, but they're both owning 14.2% each of McEwen Copper. So we didn't need, that was to complete our preliminary economic assessment, and now we're looking, we'll need to raise some additional funds to complete the feasibility study, which we hope to have done by, at the latest, early in the first quarter of 25. So we're having discussions both with dealers from an IPO standpoint, but there are also private interests that are looking to invest. And if we were to fill that need with a private investor at a higher price than what our last issue was done, we might go with that way.
Okay, that's helpful context. So we'll wait to see how things play out. Outside of the global demand for something like copper, which clearly is robust, operating in certain markets always invites certain questions around the political realities. How frequently is that coming up, particularly just given the landscape in Argentina right now? What are you considering?
Well, there are question marks around investments in Argentina. There are some areas of Argentina that are more favorable than others, and where we are where Los Azules is located, it's in San Juan province, which the Fraser Institute in classified as the best place to be investing in all of Latin America. It has a very active mining community. Barrick is there, Glencore is there with a development project, Aldebaran, Filo, so Lundin Mining through Filo, Jose Maria, NGX, and Fortescue's in there, Rio's in there in Argentina looking at putting a lot of money into lithium deposits. So it's an active space and a favorable jurisdiction for mining. There are a couple of things that have been happening in the province of San Juan, where we are. There was recently an election. So there's a new governor coming in December, and there are federal elections. The primary just recently held, and it suggests there could be a change in the governing party. The next we'll know about that is there's a primaries in October and then a runoff in November if there's no clear majority shown in October.